I mean, it's educating my children. That is very personal. It's very emotional. Yes. I need to be able to take care of my parents. Yes. It's very personal. I want to be able to go on a holiday. So the hook is so real that every day you go to sleep, you know there's a holiday in the works, there's fees to pay, there are medical bills, so there is actually no
and you're doing
room,
something about them.
Completely. There is no room to slacken. And then you're not being told, raise this 1 million at a go. Somebody actually helps to break it for you into manageable pieces. Yes. So it becomes very easy. So every day you can actually see, so today I was supposed to raise 50 bob, my 50 bob is there. The 50 bob for tomorrow. And before you know it, you're 1 million. But if somebody had come and told you the 1 million, you say, that's not for me.
It's not my league.
It's not my league. Yes. It's not my league.
A very interesting perception that we always have to fight out there, that we are meant for the high end.
Exactly,
but we say that we are open to everyone. And what for us is to help you to figure out how do you start small and how do you build towards your best that you can be. And I'm glad. So have you met your aspirations, and what are some of the surprises that you've noticed in that journey with Nabo?
I think one of the, I don't know if it's a pleasant, it's a pleasant surprise in one way, but also annoying on the other, is I think for me just how wasteful we can be. Because when I look now, because I've got a target, how now conscious I am about my spending, and how I'm still able to save and put money, because now I've got a target to meet, then I get shocked then at how wasteful then I must have been, because my source of income
before you started the journey,
you know, because I'm not making more money than I was making before, but somehow I'm able to meet my needs and still have something to put on in the kitty. So it's exciting to see that grow, but it's also annoying to think of, you know, what it would have been if perhaps this enlightenment had become earlier. It's also, and I think I mentioned it on the side somewhere, the accountability, the target. I come still back to the target thing. When you've got something that you're pushing towards, I find now I'm constantly thinking of how shall that mark that we have agreed on be met. Just last night I was looking at my portfolio and doing simulations and scenarios. So
now you have data.
Now I have data, that I can work with. And to see that focus, even things I thought I can't do because I'm probably not in certain spaces, to then see it fall into place, that's excellent. But the other exciting journey is also seeing who can challenge you. I think I was sharing with you how my son now, still on this journey, now he's my accountability partner. And so now he's gotten into the space of this ad hoc investment, just isn't cutting it.
It is scattered all
over the place. You know, you can't keep waiting for windfalls. Why don't you have a consistent amount that then you put in?
Commit to,
And he got me to commit to an amount that is finding.
You have a nice young man there.
A nice young man, thanks to you, partly. So that for me also felt very powerful because, and he said, you see, as long as you put it in consistently, it doesn't matter how little it is. And you know, we learned about compound interest in school. You know, and I found that that also makes a difference because now when I plan, I know there is this amount. There's almost become like tithe. There's this amount that must go to this place. So it is the wastefulness. It is just how far a little can go, and discipline. Because really that's what it is. I've figured out investment is actually about commitment and discipline. It's not that you don't have the money.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And one of the consistent feedbacks we've gotten from our clients who are on investing with purpose like you is that they have surprised themselves of their ability to invest. They started, you know, someone said, by year 5, I will have invested so much. All of them have exceeded that target. All of them without exception. So, very interesting. I want us to wrap up.
Allow me to say something before we wrap about the investing with purpose and why it's very powerful. It was like for me where the motivation came when we had the conversation, and the conversation is about me. So what are the things you want to do? So it's not investing with purpose in terms of shares and real estate. I mean, it's educating my children. That is very personal. It's very emotional. Yes. I need to be able to take care of my parents. It's very personal. I want to be able to go on a holiday. So the hook is so real that every day you go to sleep, you know there's a holiday in the works, there's fees to pay, there are medical bills, so there is actually no
and you're doing
room,
something about them.
Completely. There is no room to slacken. And then you're not being told, raise this 1 million at a go. Somebody actually helps to break it for you into manageable pieces. So it becomes very easy. So every day you can actually see, so today I was supposed to raise 50 bob, my 50 bob is there. The 50 bob for tomorrow. And before you know it, you're 1 million. But if somebody had come and told you the 1 million, you say, that's not for me.
It's not my league.
It's not my league. It's not my league.
You know, Catherine, listening to you and putting myself in the shoes of many people out there who are listening to us, I'm sure there are people who are asking themselves, I am in a similar situation. I don't believe, I don't have any retirement plan. I don't have any savings. I don't have much. What would be your advice to such a person? What would be your takeaways to such a person?
I think my first one would be talk to a professional. Just the same way you go to a doctor with all these complications that you can't figure out, and because they are trained to bottom line that to an ailment, that for me was my journey, just sitting and having a conversation with you. So to me it looks like a mountain, but you're able to break it down into little bits. Talk to a professional. I think for me that would be the first one, because then the professional will then give you a roadmap of why this impossible is actually possible. And then start wherever you are. I remember when we spoke, we had grad plans, but there are certain things I was waiting for that didn't happen, but we agreed, you know what, start with what you have now. When that comes, then we will just build it. Then the consistency, that is just coming on from, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan no matter what is happening. If you can't find an accountability partner, you know, somebody and find somebody who will not, how can I put it? They will crack the whip. That's what my son is, by the way. We'll have all the niceties, but what needs to be done must be done. You know, so I think, but for me, working with a professional, I think that for me is, if you don't do anything else, do that one. So then they unwrap this thing for you and get, it's like wiping the fog. So then you have clarity about where you're going. Then you can, and then because it's your journey, you're pacing yourself, so there's no pressure.
Run your own race.
Run your own race. I think those are the key things.
No, those are.
But you must start. You must start.
That's very, very powerful. Talk to a professional. It's just like when you're want to build a house. You have grand plans of, you know, you want 3 or 4 bedroom, each bedroom to be master, and so you've got to sit down with an architect to put that into something that can be interpreted and can be referred to. So talk to a professional. I really like that. I think
constantly ask yourself, what if? Not really to be morbid, but say, if I didn't have this job, if I didn't have this source of income, if I didn't, then what would happen?
How would I survive?
How would I survive? And
because it happens.
Because it happens. I mean, we've seen it even with COVID. So the question is, how would I move on? And I found when you have that security, you're even a better worker, even if you're employed, because you're not having those anxieties of what if, and you're not doing things at whatever cost, because I must keep this these jobs. So you be actually are more useful.
You enjoy what you do.
You enjoy what you do completely. Yeah.
So the professional will give you a roadmap.
Completely.
And
they will wipe the fog for you. Then you can see where you're going.
And when you have a roadmap, just start.
Yes.
Don't think too much. Just start.
Completely.
And then stick to the plan. Regardless.
And things will sort themselves out along the way. Somehow.
Along
Yeah.
the way. I like the accountability partner. Have someone close, your spouse, your son, your whoever, who can.
It's painful, but
who
it's
can
useful.
watch. Who can watch your milestones with you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you very much,
I have really learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
And I hope you have learned a lot from Catherine. There is just so much to unpack. And wow, Catherine, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And to our listeners, our guests, thank you so much for listening, for trailing the episodes. And if you have any question, please write on that chat down there. And also, if you are not one of our YouTube followers, please subscribe on that button. There is just a lot of wisdom and nuggets that will come through this particular channel. Thank you so much, and see you on the next video. Bye.